You are faithful, faithful through all things. You are faithful, faithful through all things. You are with us. We are not alone.
Good evening to our viewers out there to the globe. Hello. We are here on Power to Lead show. I am not alone this evening. I'm sure everyone is looking forward and waiting to see who is the special guest. It is truly Brian Sebastian from Beverly Hills in California in the USA. He's really right here in the studio with me, but I'm just here to greet you and to let you know that without fail, without promise, we keep our promises. And this is NTSIKI NCOCO, your host of Power to Lead show. We are here for a personal development, personal mastery, because we know that it is critical for everyone. So, on Power to Lead show hour, this we call Empower Hour because it is a time for us to share our knowledge with the world. We bring in special guests, those who know how, who have worked before us in all areas and industries, and come and share their expertise. So, this wonderful and beautiful moment today, we are going to spend it with Brian. Let me just bring him up so that you can really see him and we greet and start the show. Hello, Brian.
Hi there.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Thank you so much. Thank you for saying yes to the call to come and just teach somebody out there about your expertise and also to be an icon on the globe. Thank you. I'm just going to ask you to greet the viewers.
Hi there, it's Brian Sebastian. Ruby reviews more worldwide TV network, IT 247 out of Franklin, Tennessee. Over 100 platforms around the world, and with 11.6 million views and counting.
Wow. Wow. Did you say more than 11 million? Wow,
I didn't
views.
stutter when I said it.
You didn't?
No,
All right. Wow. Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm going to ask you to open with a word of prayer and we roll with our show.
go ahead.
Good. You can pray for us or you want me to pray? Either
I will,
way.
I will have you do it.
All right, I'll do it then. Father God, we thank you for this moment. We thank you, Spirit of the Master and the Living God, that you've afforded us opportunity to come together on the show with Brian and to come and impart the knowledge to the world and to those who need it. We pray that let the divine spirit guide us and that we may achieve our goal for today to uplift someone, to empower, to educate, and to inspire the world. Thank you in the mighty name of Yeshua HaMashiach. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Brian, just let us know who is Brian Sebastian.
Well, who do you want it to be? That's the question. Uh,
Okay.
I would start here. I love the world of drum and bugle corps. That's what led up for me doing stuff. The arts, marching bands, drum and bugle corps, watching movies, all of those things like that have been really inspirational to me. Now with the Dream Weaver Arts and the brand of like that, the Dream Weaver Artist Ranch, it's about anything that's sustainable, environmentally friendly, and net zero. Those things are important to me, and obviously world peace. I believe in world peace. I've been practicing Buddhism for what 33 years, so all of those are important. And then obviously helping others.
Wow, that is amazing. You have an organization in the media space, right?
Yes, with movie reviews and more and the dream of arts, it's all about helping those artists that may not get the help that they need, whether you're an author, whether you're a musician, whether you're in the world of fitness, fashion, or the world of entertainment. Everybody needs help, and especially helping those mom and pop businesses. They really need our support. They really need help. In America, small businesses is what built America.
Oh, yes. I like that when you say small businesses are what are building the country. So, this is exactly what we need at this time. Because remember, during the pandemic, lots of businesses went down, but also small businesses are really struggling to get out there. What are the basic tools that in the media space small businesses need to thrive and to be sustained in this industry?
Small businesses don't realize it. Corporations can't adapt and adjust very quickly because they have this strange regiment. They're here. It takes a corporation to have to go through a chain to change everything from the pricing to the brand and stuff like that. And they've been slowed down by the manufacturing of their products, whether it's coming from China or with the war in Ukraine, everything's been slowed down. For us and the small businesses, we have not been slowed down because we're able to adapt and adjust very quickly. And if you can't do that, you will bend and you will break. So again, if you can't adapt and you can't adjust, you will bend and break, and that's not good. So for us, what we do is we want to help those people who have small businesses. I really like those companies that are environmental. Company, I'm all about climate crisis, climate change, whether people live it or not. I don't care. It shouldn't be 100 degrees in certain places like last year in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. It was 100 degrees right in July of last year. It was 76 degrees in Los Angeles. That's not normal. It shouldn't be that way. A lot of people lost their lives over that. So as the earth is changing, as Mother Earth is starting to repair itself, we have to be able to follow Mother Earth. If you're not going to do that, you're not going to be able to survive a lot of things. So when it comes to those smaller mom and pop companies, I really want to help those companies and those individuals get to where they need to go. And with movie reviews and more, and the Dream Eagle Arts, and the Dream Eagle Artist Finish, we can help them do that.
Oh, wow. That that is quite interesting. I guess one has to play by the rules of the industry and be very sharp
Not
on
able
it.
to do that.
Is that so?
No, no, no. If I played by the
No.
rules, I wouldn't be where I am today. You've got to take those
Oh,
risks. If you don't take those risks, and I say if you're a rule follower, you're not going to get anywhere. If you think about this, if you went to
yeah.
school to go to college, you went into debt in the U.S., which is why President Biden passed that bill on forgiveness of $15,000 loan. I never went to school to go into debt. I went into school to go to get the job in radio that I wanted. So it was my thinking of stuff. So a lot of times it's the thinking of people what they do not have. You've got to visualize stuff. You've got to project it out. You've got to tell people what you're going to do. I'm telling people what I always do. And it's not my fault if they don't believe what I'm saying. That's on them, not on me, because I know exactly where we're going. I know exactly what we're doing. And the people, my co-hosts, and the people that we're helping, small businesses and a few of the bigger companies, when they listen to us, they do well. I'm happy about it. When they don't, I say, you know what? You should have listened to me because I told you what we were going to do. Again, let me repeat that. You should have listened to me because I told you what we were going to do.
This is really interesting, Brian, because most of the time people believe you have to go through a formal education, spend all those years there. And I love this because it brings us to one of the books that I co authored, Skill versus a Degree, showing that it is not just a degree that makes someone to succeed and excel and inspire in life. Skills are very important. And skills start exactly from where you're saying. You just have to have an eye for it and imagine it. I want you to pin into that imagination. What did you imagine? And what you imagined before, is it where you are right now? How
Yeah,
did it
yeah, but
happen?
it is, but I'm also not done. One of the things that helped me is I've never been married, and I don't have any kids. So anybody who's been married and had kids, well, you know, whether you wanted that to happen or not, it's going to slow you down. Your priorities change because now you have a family, you have significant others you have to take care of. I was always about helping my friends, or and then later on I learned how to help me. So I did everything backwards, but it worked in my favor because I could see what other people couldn't see. If that makes sense. Again, I can see what other people can't see, and I can see a lot of things in people that they can't see in themselves. So when I'm reaching out to certain people, I'm like, hey, come on our show, and let us help you tell the story of how you got started. And a lot of times people, they don't do this. They don't. I don't have anything to talk about. What you do, you just haven't met the right person to help you get that story out. It's like writing a pizza book.
Oh, you know, I like it when you start by the basics, because the basics is that you start with yourself, what you envision for your own life, and taking it to the family. We know all societies, that's all what they want. And as a man, you want to be the head of your family. You want to make sure you have all this good life the way it is you imagined. And now, take it to the industry. How do you balance between just you as Brian, the family, and the marketplace, the space that you operate in? How do you balance your lifestyle there?
Well, I'm boring. I actually don't go out. And when I do go out, I'm going to get the things that I want to get. Um, my whole thing is I want to find interesting people that I can find. Like right now, I'm in North Carolina for another couple of weeks. So I'm meeting with a couple of businesses here because I see what they need help with. And it's up to me to show them what they need to have happen to them in a good way to help not only their business, but to help, their company, also help themselves. And a lot of people just need inspiration. So, for example, 2020 was our best year. 2021 was even better than 2020, which was a great year for us when we were locked down. We saw this stuff coming. We just didn't know what the end of it was going to be. And even this year is better than the last 2 years. How many people can say that in the world? Nobody that I've met.
Yep. And the important thing here is the within self, how you encourage yourself, how you continue to focus on the things that you visualize. Have you ever focused in one area in your life?
No, because I knew at an earlier age, everything that I figured out was in my sophomore year in high school. How did I know this stuff? Intuitive knowing. What you have is women's intuition. It's the same thing. Now, if you go by your feelings and your intuitive knowing, and you listen to that good voice that you have, we all have it. Some people hear voices, but they don't know what's going on. Other people can say, "Hey, someone told me to do this. Someone whispered in my ear. Maybe I should try this. Instead of going left, go right." We all know if you make that wrong decision, it changes your life drastically. Um, Sometimes you shouldn't go out during a full moon. You should just stay home because we all know we're all made of 98% water in our body. Well, the full moon affects the tides. So if the full moon affects the tides, it affects their bodies, right? So if you see a bunch of crazy people out, do you want to go that way? I don't. No. So the earlier you learn a lot of these things, the better off you will be.
All right. That's very powerful. And also, what I like about sharing your story is being practical, because a lot of people want to follow what we are taught. And sometimes, also during this time as well of the pandemic, we have seen that a lot of people were focused or channeled towards, you must have a coach, have a mentor, and people who are guiding you in everything you do. Being guided by someone or being told Has it ever worked for you, or you are really just a person who imagines and put it into practice, and then it succeeds, whatever you do in the media?
Well, there's two things to it. I always think about this. When Steve
Mm.
Jobs was working in a garage, and we all ended up having, one of these. Did everybody realize that we were going to have one of these things in our pocket and have most of our information on that? Well, he had the foresight to see that, to do that. So what I always say is, if you're visualizing and you keep doing what you want to do, no matter what, whether people believe in you or not, because you're gonna have a lot of people, friends and family, that don't believe in what you're doing. So are you gonna let that stop you if you really want to do what you want to do? For an artist, for example, if you want to be an artist or a poet, whether it's in the music world or acting, keep out your craft. Sometimes you're not supposed to make it at an early age. Sometimes you're a late bloomer. My shaman, Joey Delaney, said, Brian, you're never supposed to make it at an early age. Your success came in your later years. When she said that, the pressure was off me. I was like, oh, never thought about that. So a lot of people these days don't think that maybe you're a late bloomer. Maybe you weren't supposed to get your success in your early years because you wouldn't have known what to do with it. People don't think about that.
Wow, I get you. I wonder if we could even say sometimes it's a question of trial and error, but focusing positively.
Well, I say this: make all the mistakes earlier on. The more mistakes you make at an earlier age, the better. You get them out the way, right? But
Yeah.
learn from the mistakes. How many people keep creating the same mistakes over and over and over? Think about that, because I've seen that happen all the time. And I tell the people, why do you keep doing this? Why do you keep staying in that bad relationship? Haven't you learned that lesson?
You know, I hear you. I hear you very well. And just take us through a trend. You know, if media is taken as one of the key effective areas of any society. Hence, we wanted you to share today with us the inner side, all the backstories, the actual operations in media. This is an influential area in the whole society in any country. If someone sees someone doing something on TV or YouTube, especially the youth, they want to follow that trend, be it a good thing or a bad thing. Unfortunately, mostly when we see on media, we see youth following things like, let me make an example of the very thing that is problematic. If maybe some actors or, they're using drugs or nude pictures or kinds of that the society doesn't see that as kind of respect and dignity to the society. So in this industry, how do we do our best to maintain the basic authenticity and integrity of the media space?
Well, this is what I would say this. Go in and read. Go into the library. When's the last time you went into a library? Because I go into the library a lot. No matter what cross country, I want to help those artists get their books in the library. A lot of people don't think about it. You're writing a book, for example. You think someone's gonna pay you to write the book? It doesn't always work that way. That's not how it works in these days. I know because I'm dealing with it. And then you got to market yourself. Everybody has a brand. Most people have influence, but you have to learn to market yourself also. That will never go away. Look at people on Instagram. Instagram is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. But I don't go by followers. I always say this: you can always unfollow someone, you can always unsubscribe, you can always unlike, but you cannot unview a view. That's why I only go by views.
Wow. And now, please take us through this. You are in a lot of, a space in the media, and it's different, but it's one. Now, as Brian, as a host and a producer of movie reviews and more, what does that mean?
that means I had to create a niche or something that hadn't been done before, that still hasn't been done before. And I stuck with it through all these years because I could see how the media was going to change with the world of entertainment. And the one thing I still see is, and I knew it back in the early 90s, the late 80s, is corporations can't adapt and adjust to new change. They're very, very slow. And if you see a company gobbling things up, like Discovery owns Warner Brothers now, which is one of the biggest media companies in the world, look at all the people they're laying off. I started saying that last June or last year. The layoffs are coming. Either they own HBO, they own CNN. Look at all the, I feel bad for all those people who are about to lose their jobs because they're in so much debt.
Wow. And which movies do you like the most?
I like
Just
suspense
you as
thrillers.
Brian.
I like suspense thrillers and I like film films because you learn a lot from other cultures, and a lot of times you don't have to spend a lot on a film or a TV show to make something that's good. It's all about the writing. It's all about the story. I like to be entertained because when I'm constantly doing something, I don't want to figure it out in the first 10 minutes and sit through the movie, 2.5 hours later that I was right and I figured it out in the first 10 minutes. That's not an exciting movie for me. If I have to figure it out in the first 10 minutes and I'm right 2 hours later, that's a waste of my time. But I'm giving you that time. I'm giving you those dollars because I believe in going to see that movie. All the people who help me. Same thing with a book. If I can figure it out in 10 minutes and I've got to wait and read it to page 333, I figured it out. That's not worth it either.
You know, now as a person who's, on the top of the things on movie reviews, do you see it maybe that at this time in our age, which movies are still being, viewed more on the media? More especially, let's go to YouTube or Netflix. A lot of people are not going to movies per se. They watch online. People, do they still go to movies in person or mostly online?
Well, let me ask you this. When's the last time you went to go see
Me?
it? Yeah?
ah,
Yes.
the last time to go in person, it was when, honestly, 2018 in person, and I watch online.
Okay. So, knowing that, and knowing that I asked you that, I'm in North Carolina. So I went to go see a movie last week because I wanted to see if the movie theater chains have changed anything. I wanted to see how clean it was. I wanted to see how many people were actually going to support the movie going experience. Not a lot of people. There were 8 people in the theater. It was a small movie, but it was also a bullet train, a bullet ride with Brad Pitt, which I liked. But the thing about that is, there's a reason why people aren't going, especially older people and people of color, because they don't feel safe going to the movies. They're recycled there. Even me, when I have my purifier, my air that the Japanese gave me, um, in January at the CES show, I wear this around my neck all the time. It purifies my ear, kills SARS, COVID-19. So if I don't have that, then I don't feel comfortable going to a movie theater. So why would I want to pay? And then the other thing is, when you can get every movie on every outfit at your home, why would you want to? Are you going to go pay $14 to go see an independent film that might or might not be good? Again, taking that chance. Are you going to go do that? Are you going to go pay for parking? Are you going to bring a family of four to a family film when you can see it for $20 on, one of the other sites? Are you going to do that? That's half the battle. So I still support those independent films that have them on my shows. I know it's like how hard it is for them to say, hey, my movie's on iTunes. Well, you got to go and find it. Or you got to take 10 minutes to go and find that movie. I do it because I've seen a lot of the movies on there. So I'm looking for things that I might not be able to see, or that might not be the theaters based on where you're seeing it. I do take those chances, but I take them safely.
All right. I hear you. And that, thank you so much for bringing that insight. Now, when you say, or when you, I saw that you're going to be hosting one event of connecting people to quality entertainment. What does that mean? Quality versus maybe the quantity, people just go and flow. What is the quality of entertainment that you focus on?
Well, our ages range from the age of 5 to 86. No one else has that in the world. We're the only ones that have that movie definition or the artist range. Why? Well, one, we're in the toy business. Two, we're in the world of fitness, fashion, movies, music, the world of dressage. On my YouTube channel, when you go to my YouTube channel, my biggest video is 100. I think it's 100 it's 62,000 views. It's in the world of dressage. If you don't know what that means, it's in the world of horses. Going to horse shows. And then my other one was an adult entertainment because people like those girls in the world of fitness. And then so when I figured that out in '08, 2008, I'm like, whoa, if they like this is where the more part comes in, and maybe we'll do some more. It's about finding those things that there's a big, huge audience around the world. That's what I found out. So the word of quality entertainment, I also have 12 co-hosts, all women. I have one guy besides myself. So we do things differently. You come on our show, we've got four co-hosts, myself, two, three, sometimes four people. That's 11 people right there on StreamYard. Now, I only want five people, but we're booked until the end of the year. How many people can say they're booked until the end of the year? Nobody. We're going straight through the year. Nobody does that. We don't take a break. We go straight through the year. Last year we did 51 and 52 weeks. Nobody does that. We do. That separates us. Again, quality entertainment, whether it's in studio or virtual. We do good. We hit well.
Brian, this is quite interesting. Can you do all what you are doing being at home and not go to a studio? Everything. Can you do it? We're still going to go to others, but can you do this just at home? You don't. Do you have to go to a
I've
special
been I've
studio?
I've been doing it both ways. When we were doing it our
Okay.
studio in Hollywood, like I said, 2020, I saw it coming in 2018. Me and my partner, we just didn't know what day it was going to happen. But so my lockdown started February 3rd of 2020. When I left the Grammy Museum, you ever heard of Sergio Mendes? The one he's responsible for bringing Brazilian music into the U.S. in the early '60s. So when I walked out of the Grammy Museum downtown LA, that was February 25th. It was on a Tuesday. And then when I went back to Los Angeles, I knew what was going to happen out there. I mean, back to Vegas, I knew what was going to happen out that point. I walked out of there at 10 after 9 that night in Los Angeles, PST time. The Lakers were still playing. They were about ready to get out. That was their last home game. They had called Major League Baseball. They had called the National Hockey League. And they had called the basketball game, NBA. Seasons are wrapped. Okay, that's it. That's February 25th. The rest of the world was locked down March 16th. That was the last official thing anybody did in the world. That's weeks later. So again, knowing this stuff was going to come up, we prepared for stuff. I did 109 Zoom interviews 2020. I did 109 2021. I didn't know I was going to do that. Um, we were prepared. We were ready. So we were helping a lot of businesses buy Zoom.
Wow, this is good. It's so nice to get it from someone who is doing this. Because for me, we just watch, we see things happening. And now, how is the technical side of doing all this? Because we see the end product. How is the technical side, the behind scenes, the preparation, working with people? How hectic or how good and enjoyable is that?
All right, so imagine this. Imagine meeting 7 to 9 new people around the world each day. Put that number together each week. If I go to an event, I could be meeting 10 to 15 people at that point. Again, see how it adds up? That's a lot of people calling me on the phone, email, Facebook Messenger, LinkedIn, everything that you can imagine. Imagine how many strange phone calls I get on my phone. Like, who's this one? That's not even counting the photos from the girls. Hey Brian, so and so, can you check this person out? Hey, can we have this person on the show? Now remember, I'm booked to the end of the year right now. I only have to book one more week. That's the end of December. Right now, we're beginning September. Who is booked that far in the year? Nobody. Who goes through the year straight through the end of the year, December? Nobody. People take off the 3 weeks in December and they're lucky when they come back usually late January. Nobody does what we do. That's why we're one of the best in the world.
Yep. And with this, other people use the VAs, virtual assistants, right? Is it possible that some of your work can be done by a virtual assistant, or you have to be hands-on and do it yourself, like handle your social media
You need to be
and
hands-on. Nobody's helping me do this stuff. No, no, I work every single day. This past weekend was Labor Day weekend. I work every day on East Coast time. When I'm in Los Angeles on Pacific Standard Time, I'm up between 2 and 4 in the morning. I might get 4 hours of sleep because I'm talking to where you're in South Africa right now, right? I'm doing
yes,
all of these things every single day. There is no break. Even on Christmas, if we have a screening, we have a screening on Christmas Day. We might have one on New Year's. We might have one on New Year's Day. We do have those things. There isn't a break. We used to have 3 weeks off the entire year. The third week of August, because everybody was going back to school. We would have Mother's Day off. That's Sunday, and we might have Easter. That's it. That's it. That's only 3 weeks. The rest of the year, we're working. So I'm still on that work mode of things. Remember, I'm not married, don't have any kids. So I can get a lot of stuff done like people who have kids and are married can't. That's my
yeah.
advantage.
Yeah, that's sometimes that's the beauty of having your own space and also just operating. I always say signing anything on the dot. You don't have to go back and negotiate with someone and you think about it. You think and just decide on negotiations right there and there. Sometimes, maybe not all the time. And now you are also in another space that I like. Um, this is where we met on the radio space when I was introduced to you by my host, Debbie Perkins, when she interviewed me on the Hollywood radio, red carpet radio.
I like that.
On the, yes, on iHeart Radio. What is your operations? What do you do there?
Same thing I'm doing now. Everything. It does.
Oh,
Everything is included. Nothing is separate anymore. It's all about the brand. It's all about having everything. It's all included. Think
wow.
about, think of what the things that you're doing. How many people do you have helping you do what you're doing? Think about that, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
a
with
lot.
12 posts, you're doing all the behind the scenes stuff. UTS, Brian, Tracy, Sebastian, or behind the scenes. That's what it is.
Yeah. Okay, so what is K4HD?
K4HD Radio is a studio out of Hollywood, California. It's part of the Talkware Media platform. Gene Piper, the owner, he owns it. He's got a great platform around the world. I really like it.
Oh, okay, thank you. And then your YouTube channel is itube247.com.
No,
And I've,
that's a site out
what
of
is,
Tennessee where we have 5,400,000 views in counting.
yes, when I visited that site, I saw that it's balanced. There are many programs there. The one that I loved the most was the cooking one.
Oh yeah,
And yeah, the cooking one. I loved it and I followed it. Yeah, it's healthy living. Because I do believe that health is one of the most important things that we have to look after. How do you choose the programs to fit in that space?
well, that's Jimmy Adams' site. I don't control that one. I beg him to
Okay.
put out our shows, and when they come up, millions of people around the world love seeing what we put up. He's done a great job when he created that. That's why it's called IT247 out of Franklin, Tennessee, and that's why we're big out of Tennessee. I like the platform.
Now, when you do the ratings in a site like that, do you look at which program is being viewed the most and then zoom into that?
No, our
Oh,
numbers go up each day. I keep track physically each day on the numbers that we have. Not only do I write them down
mhm.
manually, but I put it into my phone. So if you could see this, These are the numbers that I add up each day. I've been doing this
Wow.
since 2019. That's manual. And the reason why I keep track of them because I know people won't believe that we have the numbers that we have. So I've always written it down for a future book, a future documentary, or if I decide to do a web series.
I think, we are still that generation that use the social media or the laptops or whatever, but we still keep our things, we keep, we like writing and keep
Yeah, but to
records.
apply, technology is good when it works. It's not good when it doesn't work. So that's the balance of things. You can't just
Yeah.
rely on smart technology. You can't. Like today, the power went out. But the TV was on, but the internet was off. So I have discs, so I can still watch movies of stuff that I may not have seen on my computer. It doesn't have to be plugged in because I keep everything plugged in. And then if I have a portable power grid stuff, I have that stuff I can plug all my stuff in. But yeah, I'm prepared for all this stuff for other people want.
This is how, really one excels. How to excel and inspire in all aspects of your life. This is a topic that we've discussed and we've been, bouncing. There's a great wisdom from as you share your journey and how you zoom into excelling and inspire others. I was wowed by, you oversee a site where there are 11 views or more, and it's still growing because
Well,
of the effort.
well, here's the thing. That to me is nothing. The goal is to beat Joe Rogan by the earliest of April 2nd next year, by the latest next summer, 2023, with 102 million views. That's my overall goal. Again, I've been saying this for 5 months. I'm on record for saying everything that we do. So when I beat him, don't be surprised because I've been talking about it already for 5 months. Again, visualization, putting it out into the universe, telling God, prayers, praying on things. All that stuff matters. It's all woven. It's in the end.
Yeah, I get you.
Don't put it out there. How's the universe gonna know, right?
Mhm.
Don't be afraid to ask for your goals. Angels will come in and assist, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. And sometimes this is exactly where, not that maybe we fail, where we fall short of not seeing it's asking as an opportunity to get to the next level. Because when you ask, some people share their experiences, but some don't want to share. In the industry, have you ever experienced people who didn't want to share when you ask how did you do this so that you don't maybe be more than who they are?
No, I've never personally had that problem. I can people tell me things that they probably shouldn't tell me, which is good. But no, I've had people that I wanted to be on who people don't know. I'm like, we would love to have you on our show because I book my shows, and then I have other people who want to put their clients on, and then I have to like intermingle them like with this fair, and I take a chance. And then so again, if we booked up to the end of the year, there's no room for anybody at the last minute to come in because we're already booked. I book our own shows. So I have to do that balance of, hey, if I wanted to have you on, I gotta find a place where it would be worth because I've already booked the shows 4 months in advance. Who do you know is booked 4 months in advance? You know what I mean? Going through the month of December, there's only a couple of months left of the year, but we go straight through the year. We do not stop. We do not take a break. We go straight through the year. And that's why our numbers always go up. So when it comes to those things like that, I've had people that no one knows of want to hear the story. I know they have a good story, but they don't think they have anything to say, which blows my mind. Again, lost opportunity. Why? Are you gonna wait for Joe Rogan to put you on the show? That's not gonna happen. So you miss out on stuff, and it happens all the time. And I just like show them what they said couldn't be done. So I find someone else. That's not like I don't give opportunity to a lot of people. They don't take the risk. They don't take the chance. And I find that kind of fascinating. But also dumb.
That's the other aspect of life, taking risks. And when you see it's a lost opportunity, you can never regain that time.
That's
How
right.
do you? Yes, go on.
Oh yeah, that's the whole thing. Because if I'm booked, I'm giving you an opportunity. If I put you on with a George Clooney, for example, I'm not going to necessarily tell you who's going to be on with it because one, you might not be approved. I am approved to talk to him, but you may not be. But I want to give you that opportunity to say if you have a music CD or a film or a book. Wouldn't you love to have that opportunity? I've had plenty of people win those opportunities, and that just blows my mind.
Yes, that was another thing exactly I wanted us to speak about the authors, because you also assist the authors with their views. How do you do that? How can
I,
authors? Mhm.
I have some self-published authors, and I have some from Asmo, and I have some from other companies come out. And that's fun because I didn't necessarily know I was going to be helping a lot of authors, so that's good. A lot of them go on from Asmo to be international and best-selling authors. So, the out of there, the E over there, um, I can't remember the guy that I know. Dave Barrow. I like them. Kate, Danielle Martins out of Portugal. I like them because a lot of times they take a chance to put the authors on the show, so that's interesting. And on the flip side of that, I'll take someone who's self-published and do our best to get them exposure because that's not easy. And if I have an event that they can come to, I want to put them both there to see who's going to really work. And that's fascinating to me because everybody's got a good story to tell, but not everybody gets that chance to tell that story.
Wow, that's very interesting. And you know what I like is that you are not focused in one area. You help a lot of people who yeah, yes. You know this the thing is, Brian, there's this idea that even some coach will say, focus on one thing. You can't be here and there, you know. But me, I'm not that kind who is channeled, you know. So I've found that let me just be quiet in my space and just do what I feel like doing. And I feel in my spirit and my imagination, and I see God is directing me to do this, and it's my space, and not be told, focus. How do you feel about that?
Again, it goes to intuitive knowing. Do you want someone who has no idea what's your vision or stuff telling you what to do? Because most people are like that. They go to startup companies. Startup companies create something that's not been done out there. And then they have to go to investors. We don't go to investors. I'm not someone to sponsor us. I'm not someone to donate to our course for our dream dollars. For dream dollars. From that, watch and see what we're doing. Watch and see what we're helping. Watch and see what we're creating. It gets better that way. And then there are people who are ADD or ADHD. I know, and I have a lot of my close friends like that. Sometimes they need to focus on one thing. But a lot of times, if they get upset, they don't focus on anything. They focus on the lockdown. When I say don't focus on the lockdown, because you start to manifest that. Focus on the positive things. Focus on the good things about it. This is where prayer comes in. Ask God to help you. Ask the universe to open those people to you. Ask for the right people and the right things. That's the difference. And don't expect it immediately. Just put it out there in the universe and be grateful that you're able to do that, and it will come back to you. But you also have to have patience. That's the other thing. You have to have patience. People want things like yesterday.
Wow, that's very, very interesting. And also, you know, as you say that cast it out to the universe and don't ask, you know, people. Okay, sometimes we do ask, but trust your instinct, the Holy Spirit guiding you. People believe in different beliefs, but trust you first and what you have in your imagination and who you want to be. I have seen some of the pictures. I see you also in the fashion design industry. I'm asking this one for, if you know, for a special interest because my daughter is an uprising fashion designer. How do you help them in that space? And this, I know, I see behind scenes the struggles of getting up there and to be followed, identified, even when they have, you know, good products to show. How would you just guide and help a fashion designer to get to the industry where you zoom into and wow, you get into reviewing this work.
You have to give them opportunities. It doesn't matter if it's the world of fashion or a music video or whatever. You got to give them the opportunities. How many people give us again start a company opportunities? I have one guy, Steve Winter, from Blackman Winter or something like that. And it's one of the things they have a lot of startup things, a lot of stars, and they put them on our show. And I'm like, okay, is this a startup thing? Make it because you don't know. But if I like the people and I can get a chance to talk to them, I want to give them the opportunity. At least someone like me took the opportunity to give them that chance to shine. Because it's hard to get a startup company on unless all of a sudden it hits. Oh, this one hits, but what about the other thousands and thousands out there? You know? They don't get the opportunities all the time. So I like to be that person to give an opportunity. And if you're in the world of fashion, remember, I got 12 coworkers who are women. One of them, Howard Wiggins, is a guy. So give us the stuff. We're all in the world of fashion. Let our girls, let the guy, let me. If I like it, we'll do it on the red carpet. We could do it, and we could put it places that it can't be seen no matter where you are in the world.
Wow, I love that. Giving someone an opportunity. Especially if they're putting the effort and the work and all they have in what they do, but to give them that opportunity really, I focus on youth because I've seen how, if I have struggled in business growing up, and even now I would never say I'm sailing through successfully the way I envisioned and imagined, how much more to them who sometimes they don't even have the open doors or to know who to talk to next. So, really, to open doors and opportunities for those is my heartbeat. And thank you so much for that, Brian. Now, here's something I've seen before our time is up, and I've seen good news and your success. I've seen that you excelled and you were acknowledged in one of the very I'm scrolling it down, 2022 Hollywood 411 News and the best TV radio podcast host on the planet. And you rated number 14, and it's a big list. How did you? I know you told us all this. Is it something you ever imagined, or you were just putting on your work and this shine on you comes up?
No, remember, I told you, I'm going to be the best in the world next year. I already told you now. So, am I surprised? No. I've never even submitted a show. Someone's watching our shows. I know a lot of people are watching our shows. Thank goodness for Drew Piper and us being on the Talk 4 Media platform. Thank you for Jimmy Adams out of Franklin, Tennessee. And, doing that interview with Barbara Ann Brown and being able to put our shows on that platform. You can't just put everything in all your eggs in one basket. That never worked. It still doesn't work, and it won't work. You gotta put everything in different areas. Some people don't like YouTube. I'm a YouTuber. Some people like TikTok. I'm not a TikToker. I'm a YouTuber. I have a TikTok account, but it takes a long time to work it. Some people like Instagram. Some people like Instagram Live. Some people like LinkedIn. We put our stuff on all the platforms. You have to. How many people do that? I don't see people doing it. Why?
Mhm. And as you're talking about that, I remember when, there was the time I was not even on Facebook. And when my uh, daughter said, "Ma, you have to be on Facebook," I was like, "No, that thing is for for you, for the youth, for younger generation. I can't be on Facebook. What is that?" I didn't even know what Facebook can do for business. I thought it was just,
When did she
what's
tell
you,
you that? What year did she tell you that?
what age?
No, what year did she tell you that?
Oh, it was 2008.
Okay, when did you finally go on?
Okay, a year, no, the same year, because how they convinced me was that even one of the leaders in the church now, because they knew my focus was just based on that, that even Uncle, Victor Masondo is on Facebook, ma. And this is the uncle who is a bass guitarist, and he is one of our South African icons in the music industry. And his space is in media. He's a leader in the church, he's a leader in the music, and he's a leader in the business. So that's when I learned, you learn from others that you cannot be, no, I'm a leader in the church and not do your business as well to the ultimate best, and to be in the space where it can operate fully as well in the society. So when
So
they convinced me, they
think
told
about
me, Uncle is also there.
absolutely. Think about that. Imagine if you didn't take that chance. And what you just said, he's in three different worlds. Remember, not just one.
Yeah.
Where in the old days you'd be in one. No, that's not how it works anymore.
I could have lost a very great opportunity, because at first I also started on Facebook as just a social thing. I thought it was just communicating. Then I learned that no, there are pages on Facebook. Oh no, you can market a business. No, you can collaborate. Then the bang and the boom came more even before COVID. Because then my idea was I want to work traveling the world. So I want to work online wherever I am, even before COVID. I'm in change as well. So that was a module I've written on change management. That even our country, is it ready for the fourth industrial revolution? Because I was looking at who I am, how I operate, how can I operate, even if I'm at the beach, I want to host my show, my hour comes, I want to do it there in an environment where I can reach people from wherever I am. So I've learned through the years, and I'm still learning. Hence, I bring in people like you who now are leading globally, and to teach us, empower, inspire, and motivate people how to get on this media. It's that moment now for you to motivate and inspire someone, and also tell us what is the legacy that you want to leave on this earth in all what you have done.
But I left this place better than when I found it, helping Mother Earth because it's about the climate. Climate crisis, climate change is a big, huge thing. If it's too hot in one place, how are you going to adjust to that? If the power goes out, how are you going to adapt to that? Because if you're relying on the internet, you got to have something to keep you online, right? So if you're not aligned to that, if you're not prepared for that, it's not going to work. So you have to prepare for all of these things, the worst case scenario, and hope for the best. If that makes sense.
Wow, quite interesting. Is it a question of age? What can you say to people who want to be on social media?
As a
Because
matter of fact,
again, we're saying controlling the younger generation, because when they get to social media, parents are very concerned about what they watch and what they view. How would you
so
help us as parents?
most of the people who do stuff on social media, who created certain companies, they don't let the kids on it. There's a great movie on it, and it's called Social. I think it's called Social Dilemma on Netflix. I think it's still on there. Those people who created stuff, they don't let their kids go on social media. Think about that. These are people who created things. They don't let their own kids go on. That's the other thing about it. They want fame like yesterday. It's not how it works. The bigger companies, the bigger corporations have caught up to those influencers. Those people who had $1 million at one point. lot of the numbers have dropped because they went by followers. Remember, I don't go by followers. I don't go by likes. I don't go by subscribers. I go by views. Because you can always unfollow those, but you can't undo a view. In other words, it's a
Oh,
narrative, not a script.
oh, okay. I get you. And I'm just posting there where people can go and really view, your work and see exactly what you are talking about. And I just marvel at this. In fact, I'm also someone who can multitask. And I struggle with this thing. I want to do it myself. Everything I want to do it. I'm doing my show myself. Everything I want to do it myself. Do you find that because sometimes you don't want someone to fail you or to mess up with your time or keep on the checks between people? What makes you to really want to do things yourself as Brian?
My colleague, Monty Foucault told me back in 2016, Brian, you have to learn to do everything. And I said, I don't want to do everything. He says, the reason you have to learn how to do everything is because if you don't know how to do it, how are you going to tell someone else what to do, what you want, or how it should be? In the end, he was correct because here I am doing everything every day, whether it's a Saturday or Sunday or a holiday. Doesn't matter. Holidays that we have in the U.S., you don't have the same holidays unless it's Christmas. You don't have a Thanksgiving. So that's when I'm reaching out to those companies outside the U.S. There's a lot of people that don't have families or don't have significant others. So I reach out to them and I'm checking on them to make sure they're okay. Remember, I'm not married and having kids, so I'm always checking on everybody else, but not everybody checks on me, which is quite interesting. So it's one of those things. That's one of the things that keeps me going. You know, power to lead, just like your show, power to lead show, empower out, and look to see what your empowerment is. People talk about it all the time, but they don't really practice it.
Yep. Thank you so much, Brian. It was such an honor to be with you and to rock the hour together. I can't believe the hour is over. I was still just, throwing from the well and listening to this wisdom. The beauty is that the practical experience is what speaks the most. I really marvel at people who share their experiences and their journey and how they walked this. Now, if there could be one trait that you can share and say, this is what builds you up, what would be that?
I do what I say, and say what I'm going to do. Don't be surprised I told you what was going to happen because I told you what was going to happen. And I not only do I think outside the box, I'm hovering above the box. And again, I can see what other people can't see. And I can see the trends coming down the pipeline. A lot of people just don't pay attention.
Wow, amazing. I just want to say thank you before Ryan we close. Can you share whatever great or good word you want to share to the globe out there? Anything that you want to say to empower someone or quote, anything from your spirit or from your heart.
When someone asks you to be on a show, uh, take that chance. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. And you never know who you're going to meet. You never know who you're going to inspire. It's very interesting how many times people, I've reached out to them, influencer or people who are nobody right now. But they have a good story to tell, but there's just nothing to tell. I'm like, well, I don't have anything to say. I'm like, you like reading books, or you like going to the movies, or you like dancing, or fitness, or whatever, right? Yeah, we'll talk about that. I just come back to me when I have something to say. No, there is no coming back to you. It's too late. Sometimes you only get one opportunity. You're lucky if you get two. Take that opportunity. And that's what a lot of people want to do.
Wow, never seize the opportunity, but seize the opportunity. Thank you so much. That is so powerful. I love that. I did a small article about the opportunities and never to seize a moment when we are given a chance to do something. Thank you so much. That was so profound, Brian. And now I just want to say thank you to you for your precious time. I know you are very busy, but the honor and the grace that you did not hesitate. You just said, I'll do it. I love that. Whatever we're discussing, you did not even, you didn't hesitate. You didn't even doubt. You just said yes from the very first onset. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I've learned a lot from you, from our discussion before the show, when we're preparing for the show, and that's how I learn and grow from others as well around the globe. Thank you so much. At this moment, I'd like to thank our viewers. This is Dr. NTSIKI NCOCO from South Africa. Yes, we are on the globe and we really rock the hour with Brian Sebastian. Please follow him on Facebook. Thank you. Like our page, subscribe, and follow us on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and even those who will be watching our show. Thank you so much. If you want to partner, sponsor, or collaborate, please DM me. This is NTSIKI NCOCO on Facebook. I want to say thank you to our sponsors, Vuka Africa Foundation from South Africa, and that is in my space where it's my home for prayer. And amen. Amplified Moms Empowerment Network in California, in the USA. And I want to shout out to Kat Oshman, who sponsors this show. That's my soul sister in California. Thank you so much. At this time, we want to say bye bye to the viewers. May you say bye bye to everyone, Brian?
I say peace to everybody. And if you see someone without a smile, please give them one of yours because the world needs it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye bye, everybody. We'll meet you on Sunday. Same time, same space. Thank you. Bye bye.